the test. What are we working with? Battery's already about dead. Well, there is some, the shade is going to be that. Okay, this view, this angle's gonna have to work. I've tried it like 15 different ways and I cannot get a good lighting setup going on in here because I've waited until the evening again to film a video. But anyways, hello everybody. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. It means a lot to us. Thank you, while I'm at it, to all the subscribers. This may not seem like a big deal to anybody, but we hit 100 subscribers over the weekend. I mean, we're basically famous at this point. I'm just kidding. But I am really appreciative to the people who have subscribed. It helps us out a lot. It gives us encouragement to keep going. Today, I'm going to do a little updated walkthrough of our kids' space in our camper. I should go ahead and say, if you are new here, long story short, we sold our house in the country. It was about 3,200 square feet. The kids had a huge upstairs playroom that they were used to. We sold all that, and a Keystone Avalanche 2015. We parked it on my parents' lot. They were gracious enough to let us pull right up there. So here we are. We're a family of 5 living in a fifth wheel, and I wanted to kind of do a little tour, I mean seriously a little tour of the kids' room. And this is where we keep what toys they play with, their school stuff, their clothes, and obviously where they sleep. Fair warning, if you're not into like RV tours or how we fit so much into such a little space type videos, you might want to go check out a different one of our videos. Maybe this one's not for you. But if you are into that, like maybe you're trying to figure out what type of RV to get or considering the full-time RV life, this can kind of give you a look into kind of what it's like, especially if you have more than one child. So I'm just going to flip it around and show you guys what we're working with in So I'm going to start over here. We do not have the best lighting situation. There, I'm going to raise the blinds and hopefully I won't get too bad of a glare when I start turning the camera around. But this space originally had a couch, and the couch led out into a bed, which would have been great for sleepovers for the kids, an extra space for whoever, even if one of the kids wanted to sleep on it. However, think about how much space that couch was taking up, and it was kind of just like a guest space that we weren't using that much. So one day me and the boys decided, let's take this thing apart and we're going to use this space for something else. And I'm so glad we did, because everything you see here was pulled out into the main area. Now, this might look like a bunch of hodgepodge to you guys, but this is actually a vast improvement from where we started. I have really chipped away at the amount of stuff that we've kept in this room, put it in a storage building, and just narrowed it down to the things that the kids are going to use the most. I'm just going to go ahead and move on to showing you guys what we were able to fit in that space. So I'm going to start here. These drawers are available at Walmart. I cannot remember how much, but this is actually 2 sets. I've got them stacked on top of each other, and these have been the handiest things as of yet, because the camper's original storage did not have enough to hold all of the kids' clothes. I found my handy dandy labeler, and I have been wanting to get everything labeled, because before this everything was getting completely mixed up. The kids would just throw stuff anywhere when they were putting things away or whatever the case. And if I've got labels on things, they're more likely to keep their stuff organized, and they like it. I mean, it makes it easier for them to find things. But I just made a label for each drawer. This one here is empty. It's ready to be filled up for whatever. But the boys' shirts here, the boys' shorts and pants, and then Finn has these 2 drawers down here. I keep her shirts there, and then her shorts and pants down here. And as you can see, she's already started to wad things up and shove it in there. Those are dirty. Like, she sat on the ground with those and threw them back in there. That's a 6-year-old for you. But anywho, I was hoping that would be a nice, neat drawer, but that is hashtag not real life. Here are her shirts. They look a little bit better. And I also threw her PJs in there too. And then looks like she's been in her t-shirts again since I folded everything up. But you get the gist. The little labels, big help. I also got these smaller ones, smaller drawers at Walmart. Also very handy. They stack easily, and luckily I was able to stack 2 on top and it fit perfectly. Up here I keep all their hats. The boys are all the time wearing hats, so I keep that and like boggins and sometimes gloves, but I actually just took the gloves out because hopefully we won't need them anymore. Here I've got a drawer for the boys' socks, Finn socks, and then they thought it was hilarious that I put bloomers on here because that's what their daddy calls undergarments. He says bloomers, so they really like that, but that's where we keep the bloomers. And then over here is another one of those crates. This is where we get to the toys and the things that the kids play with. They have most of their toys, like bigger toys, especially Finn's. The boys are not so much into toys anymore, but like Finn's doll houses and things like that are in our storage building. I just broke it down to we keep the boys' Nintendo stuff in there, and then we have 2 drawers of Legos. It doesn't matter how old they are, they will always play with Legos. So I keep those in there. Right here, this big crate is filled with Finn's toys, pretty much all Finn's toys. But anytime she's wanting to play, we just pull that out and she digs around in it and gets whatever she wants. Here's her little barn, just to have something to put her figures in. Some flowers she likes to play with, Lincoln Logs, a few Barbies, but I'm thinking about getting rid of those because she's not playing with those as much. And then a few things that go with toys that she has in here, and then a Zeke box, which is mainly baseball card stuff and basketball cards. We also have Finn's Moji dog in here. So a lot of this is Finn's as far as toys go. But that is a-okay. As long as she's playing with them, I'm good with it. Okay, so these made their way in here just recently. These are baseball card, basketball card boxes. The boys have albums, but they're overflowing those, so they have to put their extra cards in boxes. This is our science / art crate. Most of that in there is what we need for science projects for school. It also has paint, just different supplies. But that's what we keep over there where the couch used to be. Up here, Brant's made some makeshift rails for the boys. It's just a temporary thing, or so he says. It is so hard to make their bed, so I usually just fold up their blankets, throw them on top, and they've kind of customized their little areas. Moving along, I got this cart recently. We're kind of going to start talking about how we organize our school stuff. Now, this thing right here has proven to be one of the handiest things that I've purchased for the camper, especially schooling in the camper. The thing about it is, I pull this out when we start school, and I can throw what we need for that day on there if necessary. Then roll it back in here when we're done. It fits perfectly right where we work on school. So, I don't know. I really recommend this little rolly cart. I found it at Walmart. It's got 3 shelves. You can cram all kinds of stuff on there, and you can just move it wherever you need to. I'm going to scooch it over there for now. Now, right behind this rolly cart, I'll talk about it in just a second, are some books. These shelves are so shallow, you can't really fit anything on there anyways. But I wanted to keep the books out for the kids. I wanted them to still have access to books. When we were in our old house, we had stacks and stacks and crates and books everywhere upstairs. I love that they were able to just go up there and dig around and find the book they wanted, and it was just easy access. And I wanted that here too. I didn't want them to stop grabbing books. And while this is not all the books that they own, it's a good start, and we can just change them out every now and then. We also have some right over here. But those shelves right there work perfectly for books. I'm sure people would have better uses for those, but for us, works good to have books there. You've probably, especially if you know a teacher, you've probably seen this cart before. My sister actually had one, and my aunt had this one, And they both were like, you can totally have this if you can use it. Turns out I could totes use it. Broke out my label maker and labeled the different subjects. The kids can so easily come in here, grab what they need, and get to work. Before, I had all of their stuff in these, and when you put heavy things in those drawers, they collapse. They like cave in. You can't use the drawers. It's really annoying. I'm gonna have to stop and take a breath. I'm about to die. Back in action. I've caught my breath. I was talking way too much and I'm way out of shape. Isn't that sad? I don't have, well, this is like extra stuff that I didn't have space for. Nick's typing and his writing. And then empty, our Bible book, and empty. I mean, it's just like miraculous that I have drawers that are empty. Before everything was crammed full. So we've definitely gotten rid of some things. We were even actually able to bring our globe in. And the thing about it is we broke the bottom of it off. So it just kind of has to lay. But we actually reference that we use that globe more than you would think. And we had it out in the building and finally was able to bring it in here. But this is my other rolly cart. I'm sure that you can get these anywhere. My aunt gave me this one, like I said. And I just was, before I had all of our pencils, markers, colored pencils in one big tote. And I was able to separate them. And this is so much handier. This one is just like random school supplies. And guys, I was that mom that had, well, I had stuff left over from when I taught public school. And then I bought more for our homeschool, like we needed it. So I have a ton of homeschool supplies. I love school supplies. They're all in the storage building though. I was just able to pull out a few things that we absolutely had to have. We have math manipulatives and flashcards and just random things like that in that drawer. And this is extra school books. Old ones that we used to work on and we took a break from that we might come back to. And this one, Daily Word Ladders. It's been a while since we worked on those, but we might pull them out. This is just extra printables I have for the kids' school. Copy paper, and down here is just a tutoring drawer. So I've ventured into the tutoring business. Right now I've got one student that I've already seen, and then a couple more that are coming, supposed to be coming in a couple of weeks, and I'm pretty excited about that. But I'm just going to keep their things down here, like their paperwork. Okay, moving right along. Just the kids' little space heater that, I mean, we felt like they needed a little extra heat. There is obviously heat in here, but I wanted them to have a little extra something something. So that's their little space heater. Hopefully we can be able to get this out of here because it's warming up. But here obviously are the shelves that come with the camper. Alright, here I cleaned it out, and I'm keeping our science units, well, our folder science units. The books and everything that goes with the science units are somewhere else. How many times can you say science units in a minute? We finished this one. We're getting ready to start this one. And I have another one over here, mammals unit, with some other folders. But that's where I'm keeping those. Down here, I cannot remember, honestly. Oh, look, they're empty. So I can fill those up. Alright, I got this little tote at the Dollar General, and I just keep the rest of their electronics and chargers, headphones, iPads in there. You would not believe how easy it is for a child to lose a charger. It's constant. I don't know where my charger is, Mom. Where's my charger? So I just, like, I'm going to keep it in there. If they lose it, it's on them. We have a little air purifier. I got this at Walmart. Whether or not it's doing anything, I don't know. Here we go. I'm turn that back off because it's kind of loud. Come on. Okay, I don't know what the hey-hoo's happening here, but you need to turn off, sir. And then this abacus. You guys, I don't know. It doesn't matter where I put that stinking thing. Finn drags it out and plays with it and then tells me all about it. She learned about it, Lord, years ago, but she got a refresher course on it on one of the apps that she plays, And now that's her big deal. Like, she's like, did you know the abacus was the first counting machine? But she plays with it. Like, we had to take it to the doctor the other day. Not in the doctor, but on the road. So here's the abacus. It ain't going nowhere. Then let's get to this. I'm not even going to pull this one out. This is just, actually I will. I mean, just to show you real life. This is just the random stuff. Things I know I don't want to lose mainly. Like, he got these for Christmas. These are shelves that he can put his baseball cards in. I don't want to lose those, so I'm kind of keeping it there. Somebody did a drawing. Finn did a drawing. I'm just going to shove it in there. Like Zeke's pocket knife. Random stuff I never have anywhere to put it. I'm going to keep it in there. Next drawer is all the books that go with our upcoming science units. This drawer is, it's not necessarily bedding. It's just extra sheets and like little throws. Not full on bedding. And then down here, sports clothes. Before I had them just as a little tote. But this is where we keep the kids' taekwondo stuff. And now it will be their baseball stuff. But it's really easy to keep that there, and I'm not constantly trying to find their gear. The bed right. Look how crooked that is. It looks terrible. But they make these things called Beddies. They're basically like sleeping bag. You put the mattress in the beddie and it zips up, and the kid just, the sheet stays on, it unzips, and they get in the blanket. I'm not explaining that very. They make them for campers, but I think they're pretty expensive, and I don't care that much. Like, it really doesn't bother me. We'll just throw the blankets on there, and a lot of times I just do this right here, roll them up because it's so hard to make the bed. Taking a little turn. Oh, while it's on my mind, like Finn has a little touch light right here. She has no light. Sheets hanging down. She has no light in her bed, and her little touch light's about to die. Something to consider if you are buying an older camper. Guys, there are not many lights and there are not many plug-ins. We had a new travel trailer that we took camping in the summer, and there was a USB port and a plug-in everywhere you looked. There was a light underneath everything. It was just, that was really convenient, and I didn't think about that when we were buying a camper. But something to consider. Not as much lighting, not as many electrical outlets. So, like, and under here, I really wish that there was a light, because it would make it much easier to see. We are going to probably just put some touch lights underneath there. Their shoes are already messed up. This is, the funny thing is, this is supposed to be Finn's little shoe holder, but the boys actually have so many more shoes than her. And I get that they're combined, but even as a girl, Finn's like, she just does not care about shoes. But Boone is obsessed. So, honestly, this is Boone's fault. Most of these shoes are Boone's. But those are handy little dudes. In my old camper, I also would put one of these. It's coming out. I would put one of these on the bathroom door and keep toiletries and things like that down in those pockets. And that was really handy. Command hook. And looks like we've ripped the coating off there, but they hang their jackets here. Looking in here, we have another box of cards. This is a card album. Some bigger books. I didn't want to take them out completely. Games here, and then some more school stuff. It's a little bit too big to fit in these little drawers, so I put them in here. We keep going down, and these are some teacher's edition books of a curriculum that I've not really started it fully yet, but more books and extra school stuff. I wish I could get a full-on shot, you guys, but it's really hard. This is the kids' area. Let me scooch everything out of the way, and you can kind of see how much floor space they have to work with. It's not bad, considering. I mean, they can get over there and chill out, not to mention their beds, but Zeke pulls a chair in here and plays video games on the weekend. We're wanting to get them a beanbag, but I don't know if I want a big old beanbag right in the middle of the floor. And plus, I have bad experiences with those things. I don't know if they still make them the same way, but those little styrofoam balls, you bust a beanbag and those things are everywhere. I just don't think I have the mental, emotional, physical capacity to deal with a situation like that. I just wanted to show people who were curious about how we make this work in their little bedroom, how we keep their school stuff organized, their books, their toys, all that good stuff, clothes. This is for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour. We're going to just keep putting stuff out that we do, but it helps when we have a little bit of a say-so from our friends that are subscribing and enjoy watching. So comment down below. Thank you for watching my little kids room tour of our 2015 Keystone Avalanche. And if you like what we've got going on here, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.